Hello, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we are diving into the world of mindfulness and meditation as we explore the lessons from the book 10% Happier by Dan Harris. In this book, Dan Harris takes us on a journey of self-discovery and personal growth as he shares his own experiences with meditation and how it transformed his life. So, let's get started. But before we dive into the content, I kindly request a moment of your time to appreciate this video by liking it, subscribing to the channel, and ringing that notification bell. Your support means a lot to me. Thank you so much. 10% Happier by Dan Harris is a memoir about a news anchor's journey to mindfulness meditation. It explores how Harris stumbled into meditation and how it helped him to become happier, less stressed, and more focused. 10% Happier demystifies the ancient art of meditation by explaining recent, cutting-edge scientific research into how meditation affects your body and mind. Importantly, it shows you just how valuable meditation can be in coping with the chaos and stress of modern life. Dan Harris, a news anchor and journalist, initially turned to meditation as a way to combat stress and anxiety. Through his journey, he discovered that meditation isn't about achieving a state of perfect calm, but rather about finding clarity and peace amidst the chaos of everyday life. 10% Happier is a thought-provoking exploration of the author's journey towards finding happiness through meditation and mindfulness. Here are 3 reasons why this book is worth reading. With raw honesty, it delves into the challenges and misconceptions of meditation, making it relatable and practical. The book offers insights from renowned meditation teachers and scientific studies, providing a solid foundation for understanding the benefits of meditation. Through witty anecdotes and relatable experiences, it breaks down the perception that meditation is reserved for a particular type of person, making it accessible and engaging for all. Here is a sentence showcasing the greatness of a quote of this book. I began to recall some of the many brilliant suggestions the voice in my head had made to me over the years. You should do cocaine. Dan Harris. Dan Harris is a news anchor for several American television programs, including Nightline and ABC News. He has reported the news from all over the globe, covering wars in Afghanistan and Iraq, and is a recipient of numerous honors and awards for journalism. Who should read 10% Happier? Anyone who battles with stress and wants to find a way out. Anyone who is skeptical or curious about meditation and how it works. Anyone content with their life but could benefit from more happiness. 10% Happier delves into the practical benefits of meditation and offers valuable insights on how to incorporate mindfulness into your daily routine. From debunking common myths about meditation to sharing practical tips on how to start your own practice, Dan Harris provides a refreshing and relatable perspective on mindfulness. Here are the key chapters in this remarkable book, each holding valuable insights and captivating narratives that promise to engage and enlighten readers. 1. The ego is your inner narrator, or your sense of I. It's the voice that tells you what to do. We hear the word ego quite often. Your spouse might call you egotistical, your best friend is egocentric, and armchair philosophers invoke Freudian buzzwords, blaming personal shortcomings on the ego. But the ego is far more nuanced than we give it credit for. In our everyday interactions, we often refer to the ego as the source of pride, conceit, and amor propre, or self-love. To most, the ego is the source of behavior that is self-serving or unconcerned with the well-being of others. To Freud, the ego represents a psychological mechanism that mediates between our morality and our base desires. But these definitions of ego still don't get to the heart of the matter. We can talk about deep desire or fiery pride, but we still can't explain what's going on in our heads when we do strange things like open the fridge without actually being hungry. A better way to think of your ego, and certainly one that offers you the most insight into your behavior, is as the voice in your head. Your ego comments on your actions and behavior from the moment you open your eyes in the morning until you drift off to sleep at night, telling you what to do and what not to do. This isn't the kind of voice in your head that is attributed to psychosis. Rather, you can think of it as a voice that manifests through your thoughts. For example, your ego is the voice that tells you, I'm way too tired for the gym, even when you know that you could really stand to break a sweat. It's what makes you obsessively check your emails 1,000 times per day, or gaze into the refrigerator even when you aren't hungry. As you'll see, the ego is responsible for a great deal of what you do. Luckily, taking steps to rein your ego in can make us happier and healthier. 2. Your ego's ravenous hunger for more can never be satiated. It will always push you further. The ego is never satisfied. It will always want, it will never be content, and it will never be perfectly happy. By design, the ego will always want more than it already has. When the ego is fed a new thing, this simply resets the baseline for desire, and immediately the ego begins reaching for something more. 3. Control your ego by practicing mindfulness and becoming more compassionate toward others. When we practice meditation, we learn a valuable skill called mindfulness. Mindfulness is the ability to respond, and not react, to our surroundings as well as our impulses. 4. You don't need to lose your edge or become a pushover when you tame your ego. Some people dread the Buddhist concept of letting go, as they see it as going soft or becoming ineffective, an act of capitulation. For example, the American author and psychotherapist Mark Epstein often recounts the story of his Buddhist patients who denied themselves orgasms during sex or refused to place an order themselves at restaurants, as a means of not expressing personal preference. 5. Meditation is a simple way to increase mindfulness and compassion in everyday life. At this point, we've talked quite a lot about meditation. But what is it exactly? In essence, when you meditate, you sit comfortably and focus on your own breath. 6. Meditation does a body good, helping curb the effects of stress and even disease. Meditation is not only good for the mind, it also can have profound positive effects on the body. Humans still haven't shed the fight or flight instinct triggered in times of danger. While modern life has changed our daily threats, however, from prowling tigers to highway traffic, how stress affects our body hasn't changed. Constant stimulation keeps us in a state of overload, which causes high levels of toxic stress chemicals to accumulate in our blood. 7. Accept your negative emotions, then separate yourself from them through non-identification. Meditation, however, is not a cure-all. So what should you do to help stem the influence of negative emotions? Psychotherapist and Buddhist teacher Tara Brach suggests that you simply acknowledge your negative feelings, that is, admit that you're experiencing them, rather than deny them. Ultimately, 10% Happier encourages us to embrace the power of mindfulness and shows us that even small changes in our mindset can lead to significant improvements in our overall well-being. And there you have it, a brief summary of 10% Happier by Dan Harris. If you're looking to cultivate more peace and happiness in your life, this book is a must-read. You can find the link to acquire a copy of this incredible book in the description below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more book summaries and mindfulness tips. Remember, a little mindfulness can go a long way in making you 10% happier. See you in the next video.